Tonight at 6, we're live in Ukraine and the country at war after a huge Russian military offensive by land, sea and air. The onslaught began just before dawn with a barrage of missiles on multiple targets right across the country. Then, with Russian attack helicopters and fighter jets homing in on the Ukrainian army, Vladimir Putin had this warning for anyone trying to stand in his way.
Whoever tries to interfere with us or threaten our country should know that Russia's response will be immediate and lead to such consequences that have never been experienced in history.
Here in the capital, fearing the worst, some are desperate to leave. Their president calls on the international community to help his country.
Putin started a war against Ukraine, against the whole democratic world. He wants to destroy my country. He wants to destroy our country, everything we have built, everything we live for.
As the invasion progressed, reports of casualties on both sides. Now NATO is on high alert.
So we have increased our presence in the eastern part of the alliance with thousands of more troops, ships and planes over the last weeks. To send a very clear message that an attack on one ally will trigger the response from the whole alliance.
This act of wanton and reckless aggression is an attack not just on Ukraine. It's an attack on democracy and freedom in Eastern Europe and around the world.
And the wider effect of the conflict, soaring energy prices and a major hit to the global economy.
And coming up on the BBC News Channel, the Scottish FA say there's ongoing dialogue with UEFA regarding developments in Ukraine. It's ahead of the World Cup qualifier between the two countries at Hampden next month.
Good evening and welcome to the BBC News at 6 from the Ukrainian capital Kiev, a country under attack after a huge Russian military offensive by land, sea and air. Fighting is raging in several areas, hours after Moscow's invasion, and many Ukrainians are seeking shelter or trying to leave the major cities. There are reports of dozens of military and civilian casualties. It's been a dramatic day of events, so let's bring you up to speed. In a televised address at around 6 a.m. Moscow time, President Putin announced a special military operation in the eastern Donbas region aimed at what he called the demilitarization and denazification of Ukraine. It came as missile strikes were reported on a number of Ukrainian military targets in the early hours. Explosions could be heard in several cities in the east of the country, as well as here in Kiev. Blasts have been reported everywhere, with Russia saying it's destroyed more than 70 military targets, including 11 airfields. And following the airstrikes came the land invasion, with Russian tanks and troops advancing. They breached the border in three main directions, from the east, the south and the north, including from Belarus, Russia's longtime ally. With the first of our reports tonight, our international correspondent Ola Gearin has the very latest from the front line in eastern Ukraine.